7 now, and Matt Kuchar's birdie putt. Nicely done, and Matt Kuchar moves into a tie for second place at -7. Never had anything in the top 5 in a major championship. To 6.
And the last pairing of the day. Here's Hansen, the Swede. 7-iron. Needs to find a spark. He's 2 over for the day, and perhaps he can find it by draining that birdie putt. Let's go to 9.
Ian Poulter.
He's not trying to trick shot, folks. This is the 9th green from the right-hand side. Watch this break. And as he judges to perfection.
Oh, look at Ian Poulter climbed to -5 with a 33 first 9. Pulls even with Nicholson in 6th position. He was the 36-hole co-leader 2 years ago. Let's go to the 6th.
Mickelson.
This is another huge test for me, Vernon, and Phil misses the mark.
Wow. Triple on the 4th, the last par 3 that he dealt with.
Yeah, well, that's a long way off, because really the ideal shot is just literally down the right-hand edge of the green, right down the cut line. That will do fine, even if you miss the green by a yard. And
gathering speed now, Nick.
Well, it's going to head right down. Because even in leaving a vapor trail, that's how the greens are drying out.
And what does he have left? I don't know that you can mark that off. Look at that. And that's up and over a ridge to 7.
Now, in a bit of trouble, our leader, Louis Oosthuizen. Second shot from the second cut. You want to think about Louis Oosthuizen, I want you to think of Sam Snead. What a great golf shot that is. They're just a simple farm boy. Just as happy to be on a tractor back at the farm as anything else. And an elegant, technically perfect golf swing. Now this was before Louis played. This is Bubba Watson. Just having to hack it out back in play. Not much you can do from there, so he'll have to get it up and down from probably 90 yards or so to be able to save his par. Now live. The thing with Bubba, when he gets a little jumpy, gets a little nervous, he can hit the ball forever distances. I mean, longer than he normally does. And this is a very precise second shot golf course. You have to be able to control your adrenaline. You have to be able to control your yardages. And that's going to be his battle today. That and the 4-footers. Brilliant. So you don't have to follow a bad shot with a great one, just a decent one, and then another decent one, and now he has that left for his par to escape the 7th hole. But Augusta National is nothing if not a second shot golf course. And that will test Bubba today. Let's go back to 6.
Well, Oosthuizen has gotten through here. He saved par. He's got a 2-shot lead, but check how close, how tightly bunched a large number of golfers remain. Westwood at 4. Henrik Stenson 2 over today. How far back can you go, Nick?
Oh, well, you can certainly go. I like that, 6 shots back. I mean, I've made up.
I remember.
Obviously 6 on the 18. I'm sure I was about, I got a feeling I was about 5 shots back the very first year when I was on the 11th green. Would you believe? Wow. Something like that. I was walking to the 11th, so all these players know posting a score is so important now.
Well, a lot depends on the play of Louis Oosthuizen.
And as elegant as his golf swing is, his putting stroke has been superb, Vern. I mean, he's made the putts that you need to make to keep the momentum going in this round.
It's almost as if he's got ice hands, Peter, as well, isn't it?
Well, you know, I said yesterday when I interviewed him, Nick, that I saw the calmness in him yesterday on the golf course that I saw at St. Andrews a couple years ago when he won the Open. And to me, when Louis gets that look, that sense of calmness, that tells me he has confidence in everything he's doing. Now, this putt is uphill a little bit. Race Creek is to the right. This is not an easy putt to read. It looks like it wants to go a lot to the left, but it really doesn't.
It's one of the few could actually hit firm.
That's the influence of Rays Creek. It was to his right, and that's local knowledge. You have to have hit that putt in a practice round, and you have to have trusted what you wrote in your yardage book. So an opportunity goes begging for Louis Oosthuizen at the 7th hole, but he remains 9 under and in control by 2. Now Bubba to see if he can stay at -7. Just watch the putter head and see if it recoils or see if he holds the follow through. Held the follow through nicely, stroked it in beautifully, and a great recovery for Bubba Watson at the 7th hole. So he stays 2 back of Louis Oosthuizen, tied with Matt Kuchar and Peter Hansen. Back to Phil at 6.
And this attempt to save par. That was some first putt, by the way. There we are. Try and shake the memories of that disaster at the 4th. That's a fine 2-putt from Mickelson. And a moment ago, we talked about Peter Hansen needing birdie to ignite his round. And this was a moment ago, and he did not get it. So Hansen will have to settle for 3, and he stays 2 back. You've got Oosthuizen leading by 9, Watson, Kuchar, and Hansen 2 back. We go to 8.
And our first look at the par 5/8. 570 yards uphill all the way. Takes 2 very big hits to reach into, and if you're going at the green in 2 and miss it to the left, very difficult chip shots from under the trees and on the pine straw. Audrey Carrington. Downhill for a birdie. In trouble off the tee. And then not able to set up the short pitch and get it close. This is a long way away considering it's a par 5. And he'll settle for 5 and stay 6 under on a surprisingly bunched leaderboard. 9 under leading. Bogey free, of course, a chance for eagles on the second 9, the 2 par 5s. So available. To number 7.
The important tee shot at the 7th for Peter Hansen. We talked about how he's only able to visualize straight shots. He really needs one here. That'll be okay. He'll be back far enough. I think he'll have enough room to get around the trees. To the 8th tee.
And has to be a favorite above it. 570 yards. Tees up a little bit today. More than 300 yards to carry that huge bunker down the right-hand side. Oh, is it too far right? Looks as if it just caught the bunker. Now he needs a good lie to get the ball up to the top of the hill. Back to 7th.
And the fairway wood of Phil Mickelson. Looking anxiously at that one. And it's okay, not the best. But Phil's going to have to pick and choose where he challenges this golf course now to 8.
Van Oosthuizen, birdie par birdie, first 3 rounds. And a very efficient swing, and it's not just efficient down the middle of the fairway. He has some pretty good power as well. Options on the second shot, whether to try to attack the green or lay up to the right.
253, 4-iron at the second hole. To think that the 4 par 5s now all have one albatross in their history. Devlin at the 8th, Jeff Maggart at the 13th, Sarazen at the 15th, and the first ever at number 2.
And watch how he throws it, and he looks back. Now he looks back again. Oh, we missed that. He looks back again and thinks, "Why did I do that?"
It's like that's right. That was
What
for a 2.
was I
wasn't it?
thinking?
Let's go over to 8.
Where Matt Kuchar has laid up to the right, opened up the line into the back left hole location. And controlling his trajectory and spin beautifully. Huge strikes again. Back to 7.
All right, Phil from the second cut. Trying to draw it around the trees.
He played a fabulous one years ago.
Oh, this is going to be good. It's going to catch the slope and come back. Oh, caught something and hung up. He had that on the perfect line, but couldn't get enough backspin from the second cut to help it speed up and come down that slope, but a great recovery for Phil Mickelson at 7. I can't help but think, Jim, you said about the double eagle of Gene Sarazen. About 25 or 30 people, he told me one year, saw him make that too. You wonder how many people just saw Louis today around the world.
Would you agree like a 105?
All right, Peter Hansen now.
Okay, I mean that still gives us loads of margin from behind the pin as well, okay? 105 then. If anything, a little bit off the left, mainly just straight down, I guess.
All right, winds off the left, but mostly straight down. That means he's not going to be able to curve the ball much, but he doesn't do that anyhow. 105 yards. That will funnel back as well. It'll pick up speed, but the influence of Race Creek will not let it funnel back toward the hole. So both Hansen and Mickelson will have difficult downhill putts for their birdie at 7. Let's take a look at the reaction from Phil after he hit his second shot. I think he hit it exactly the way he wanted to, but he didn't get the reaction of the ball coming back down the slope as he expected. I'll tell you, if he makes this putt right here, this will help him erase a triple bogey at 4, and he's very good at convenient memory in golf. Let's go to 8.
Convenient memory is so important. Now Matt Kuchar. Just 2 birdies today. 3 and 7. Didn't birdie number 2. The other par 5 on the first 9. And that's a great opportunity. Just tricky to read the break. He didn't look as disgusted with the stroke as we might have expected, so maybe just a good stroke, but misread. To stay at 7 under, just 2 back. tennis played here. And he's the 1998 United States Amateur Champion. Bogey-free round. Still a little smile. Missed chance though. Yeah, that's the grimace. Should have made a birdie. Back to 7.
All right. Peter Hansen now ready for his birdie attempt. And again, this putt is the reverse of what we saw earlier. It will not break to the right quite as much, but first we go to 8.
Oosthuizen, camera tower up against those trees. That's the line into the right half of the green.
He's long enough to get it there, Peter. I'm not too sure if it's turning over.
He started a little bit right. Well, certainly better right than left. You go left, get tangled up in trees and pine straw. Now, he's got a little bit of a mound that's going to hide some of the putting surface, but he's going to have a great line. Bubba found the bunker, so eliminating a chance to reach in 2.
That was some rip from flat-footed out of the bunker.
Yes, he had to take it a little easy with his swing. Go too hard out of the bunker, all of a sudden he's slipping and sliding all over the place, even more than he usually does. Back to 7.
For birdie, Hansen.
I was thinking, Peter, one make, both make.
Yeah, again, I give Phil the advantage here because of his experience, Nick. You know, they're so difficult to read. What your eye sees is not what happens.
Yeah, Phil Mickelson had a good look in his yardage book yesterday on 18. He's got years of experience mapped out into his yardage book.
To 18.
And this has to go in to share low amateur honors with Patrick Cantlay. Hideki Matsuyama. Cantlay already in at +7. This for birdie to get to +7. So Patrick Cantlay, 20-year-old sophomore from UCLA, is going to be the low am. He'll be in Butler Cabin. Back 7.
Oh, even Phil Mickelson was fooled.
Yeah, I'm not too sure that stroke was quite the same. With a little bit more transitional lag in that one from backswing to through swing.
Well, the good news, he has been really spot on with these shorter putts. We've seen him over the last 3 or 4 years miss a lot of putts that we thought he would never see him miss, and now he's got his stroke back. All right, safely in, but disappointing 4s for both players in our final pairing. Phil Mickelson with a triple bogey at the 4th drops to -5. Louis Oosthuizen, trying to be the second South African in a row to win the Masters, has our lead at -9.